Well, it just, it's so encouraging because there are so many people out there who feel and know in their hearts that they're actors, that they're storytellers, that they're artists, and it doesn't work out for so many of them. So it just makes me feel really lucky because I'd be doing this whether or not anybody was watching, but that I get access to these kinds of roles and these kinds of experiences and get to work with filmmakers and on projects at the level that I've been able to work at, lucky enough to be able to work at. It makes me wonder who I send a check to.
Why did you want this particular role? What appealed to you about this particular role?
Oh, well, I've loved the show since I was 8. I saw my mom perform this role when I was 8 years old, and it just seemed like an amazing challenge to try to tell and tell a story about and represent the destruction of destruction and redemption of a soul in about 15 minutes of screen time. And also, I mean, the show has been so important to so many people, myself included. I just wanted to be a part of it. I honestly would have played a musket, so I'm thrilled that I got to, sing a really good song.
And to your right, Sarah, right at you. Hi.
Hi.
Congratulations to you.
Thank
Great
you.
performance, and what a great speech.
Oh,
and when
thank
you. Spoke, to Sally Field, you made the reference to the fine nun, the Princess of Genovia. Did you ever feel pigeonholed by those princess roles?
I never did, but I was aware that I sort of felt like I was walking a very narrow path and that I could fall off of it very easily. I knew who I wanted to be, and I knew the sort of roles that I wanted to portray, but I also knew that other people might not see me in that way. I knew that it was up to me to convince them, and I really did feel so encouraged by Sally, knowing that if you go out there and you do the work, people will listen.
Ms. Hathaway, right here, right here.
Hi.
You said before that you didn't want to go for the selfish interpretation of this piece, and that there have been so many wonderful and talented songs through songwriters before. Instead, you wanted to give the truth. Was that a decision that you sort of came up on your own, or was that something that Tom helped you with? Was that a collaborative decision? And then what else were you working on?
My tan. It's not going well. I actually, that was a decision I came up with, and the first person that I told was my husband. He wasn't my husband then, though. And I had gotten to the point where I'd worked on the song so hard, and I felt confident that I could, that I could sing it well enough to be in the film. And then as soon as I got to that point, I realized that it was the wrong way to do it for film, that what is so thrilling about it on stage was going to be distracting on film, and that I was in a unique position to be able to sing from an emotional place. And if I abandoned my vocal vanity, then the song would potentially, in my mind, be more moving. And I talked to Tom about it, and Tom and I performed the song for him the way I thought it ought to be performed, and I received support from him. And then Alain Boublil and Claude Michel Schoenberg and Cameron McIntosh wanted to hear it too, so I did it for them. And everybody was behind me, which I was really grateful for, because I'm sure it's a very difficult thing to take a song that you've written and listened to a certain way for 30 years and hear it in a completely new way. So I'm grateful to them for their generosity.
So I